Hi everybody, welcome to part 2 of 2, the opening round. This is holes 10 to 18, of course, Expert Division, London Christmas Tournament. Please give me a thumb up and make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. There will be weekend round content for you on Saturday morning, and make sure you join me later on that day as well for a Christmas Eve live stream special. Replays and adjustments for all holes coming up. If you've still got accounts to play and you haven't actually looked at the front nine, that is still on the channel. Go and check it out. Link in the video description down below. Here we go then. Good luck everybody. Hole 10 coming up right now. Hole number 10 going with the Titan and the Apocalypse. We're going to add spin first. Going with 5.8 top spin, but then I reduce down to 5.5 because I'm using a Titan. If you're using a Kingmaker, I'd probably go with 5.8, but as we get more tailwind push with the Titan, I just dial this back to 5.5. 2 bars of left spin regardless of the ball you're using, setting up at top of plus 10 with APOC 5, red ring touching the rough. That will be P3 max. If you've got APOC 4 and the equivalent ring reference, you'd have approximately 20% of the red ring inside the rough on the right. Adjust max plus 10. No need for any push-up here. The tailwind is going to do the rest of the work for us. Of course, this is a must eagle. There is a chance you could do some dialing in on this one and some tweaks to try and get the hole in one. We get a very easy eagle putt, though, here to start on hole number 10. Hole 11, playing with the Grizzly and a Kingmaker, adding spin first. 1 back spin, 3 bars side spin to the right, so we need a Kingmaker. And you want to have a look at the ball guide just at the point before you get that long ball guide glitching. Second bounce you can see just before the edge of the fringe. Ball guide, the tip of it pointing at the right edge of the light green square column. We've got no plus yards or ring references to use here. Just find the position with the Grizzly, then we switch to Goliath. Now, why do I do that? Because you will adjust otherwise to max distance of your Grizzly. So that's why I'm doing a club switch. Getting the ball guide set up there with the Grizzly for the long ball guide, then we're going to swap out to the Goliath. So make sure you've got your bags set up accordingly. Max plus 40, power 3 settings is the adjustment here. Because of the wind angle, it would, of course, take us into max with the Grizzly. So that's the reasoning there. You could, of course, if you've got a good level B52, play with that, but if not, it's going to be the club switch for you. Max plus 40, subject to any wind angle tweaks, in for the hole in one. Hole 12, spin as shown there. You can see we're going to set up with APOC 5, top of plus 10, clear ring touching the rough on the right. That will be P3 max with Apocalypse level 4. Once we've done that, of course, we're adding spin first. We're going to adjust max plus 10, power 3. So max plus 10, power 3, top spin and left spin, as you could see very quickly at the beginning of the shot video. Then I'm pushing up a total of 4 yards, just to get a bit more distance here because the adjustment takes us down into the bunker. Ball just touching the bottom teeth of the adjustment ring here, just to make sure I'm getting the right distance that I need on the drive. Max plus 10, like I said, was the adjustment, and it rolls out into that lighter coloured fairway strip. Drive distance of around 390 to 395 yards. Second shot, need to add spin first. 3 back spin, and we're using 1 bar of right spin, and finding the minimum distance line and then pushing up until you get the ball guide as shown. You can see here, we don't want the ball guide short. You want it 1 green square through the hole because of the nasty headwind angle. Rings from min, 10% elevation. On average, it's 2.5% per ring from min. So if you push up 2 rings, I'll be playing it 5% slider. You can get ring charts on the Golf Clash Rings Bible. We've got a tutorial on that, and there will be some availability for those on our Facebook group as well. So check out the resources amongst the community. 10% elevation, power 3. Don't worry about the red colliding ball guide, because in my experience, the wind always takes that into effect. You won't be risking the tree, not with a perfect at least. And we're dropping this one, just sneaking it in for the albatross here on 12. Hole 13, a no move target. Add your spin. 2 left spin is what we're going to go with here, because we need to offset this wind angle, which is going to push us left to right. So don't move the target at all. Try and keep the wind below 8 if you can, and just add your 2 bars of left spin, and then adjust max plus 20, power 3. Once again, you might need a couple of wind angle tweaks here, depending what wind angle you get. There's always a slight variation when you in tournament play. So just check your wind angle compared to what I've got in the video. Take a token or two if you want to get some tweaks in. But max plus 20 here is finding the funnel very, very nicely indeed. Just catching that little track there. And here you can see it drops right at the pin for the hole in one. On to hole 14 now. We're going to play over on the right-hand side once again with a Kingmaker. 3 bars of right spin. And here in the video you can see it's not quite max top spin with APOC 5. I'm going with about 5.5 top spin instead. Blue ring touching the rough on the right with APOC 5 and 6. Topper plus 10 yards. P3 max with APOC 4. Once again, try and simplify these setups for you so that they are consistent between rounds, but also so you've got references and you can play with APOC 4 for those who may not have APOC 5 plus. Max plus 10, power 3, and here we're going with a ball and a half of curl just before the circle drops in overpower to make sure that you're applying the same amount of power to your shot. Perfect ball away here, and we're going to need to write down our drive yardage because we're going to use that for our second shot adjustment. So make sure you write down the drive distance. It's going to be in the region of 375 yards. For a 375-yard drive, so a different one than the video I've just shown, we're going to play 37% slider. Find that sticky spot first before spin, where the ball guide doesn't move from the second bounce onwards. And then once you've found that, you can see I'm taking a while to locate that. You're going to add spin. And because of the tailwind angle, you want to leave the ball guide deliberately short of the pin. You can see I'm giving you a zoom in here and then tweaking the spin accordingly, and you'll see there it's about 2 or 3 green squares short, pointing at the right edge of the cup. 375-yard drive, I'm playing 37% slider, and we're going to go 5% elevation on this one. Sniper 10 numbers, what I'm using for all of my adjustments here, and if you've got Sniper 9, you should also go with Sniper 10 numbers, particularly on the par 3s. Making our adjustment and going to hit perfect. Bounces nicely. Second bounce just before the fringe, and we sneak in this one in here for a nice drop on hole 14. Now, as a gift from me to you, there will be a full weekend round playthrough going live early Christmas Eve morning to help you. Now, as a reminder, all of my content is produced totally for free. It's not behind a paywall at all. If you want to give a token of thanks to me and the channel, there are several ways you can do that. There is a PayPal link in the video description down below. You can click the thanks button as well, or you can become a channel member if you wish to support the channel and the free content that is here to help you all out. Aggressive option here on hole number 15 for those that fancy. You're going to play with a Berserker and a P5 max rest with APOC 5 plus, bullseye over the bunker. Then we're adding 5.8 top spin and 2 left spin. The adjustment is going to be max plus 10. This may not be for everybody, so have a look at it, see if you want to take it on or not. If not, then obviously there is the same approach as we've been doing before, bouncing over and then playing with Sniper for the safe birdie. So max plus 10, then we are going to push up back to max, unfortunately. So it is going to be a full needle. APOC 4, this is not going to be possible. I'm afraid you might need to investigate a top spin boost ball. Full overpower, minor greats have been fine for me. This is a minor great right. Like I said, it is going to be a full speed needle though with a Berserker. You want second bounce in the rough and then roll out to approximately 465 yards. Second shot, make a fringe check with the Grizzly. Plus 9 for me here with the Grizzly level 9, where the fringe meets the fairway, is going to be plus 12 with the Grizzly 7 and 8. So just have that in mind. But we're going to play Grizzly 9 numbers, adding backspin as shown, ball guide approximately 3 green squares short of the pin. Now I aim slightly to the side of the pin here. You can see it's pointing to the right edge. We need to just tweak that based on the miss here in the video, but I wanted to show you this aggressive option because this is a tough par 4 and we want to try and have a go for it if we can. +9 fringe check with Grizzly 9, play at 70% slider, 15% elevation, that is of course power 5 numbers, and finally 2 pulls over the bullseye. You will need to put a tweak in here depending on the miss in the video, so it's all about the aim point and also trying to pull as accurately as you can. Obviously we need to go with the Berserker for the low wind resistance, but that does make the adjustment a little bit tricky on the second shot, so it's up to you. If you don't want to play for it, then by all means use a Kingmaker, bounce over with top spin and left spin on the drive, and then play safely to green with the Sniper, a little bit of backspin with left spin and curl as we've done so before, but just aiming a little bit more at pin, and we'd have dropped that for the eagle. Hole 16, start by adding a spin with a basic ball, 5 backspin so we don't get any unwanted side to find our aim point, and we're going to set up here with the blue ring touching the rough, top left of the blue ring touching the rough, with the ball guide pointing at the pin. Then once we've found that position, there is a zoom in, we're going to switch to Kingmaker or Kingslayer, keep the wind below 8, and then we are of course going to make our adjustment. Max +20, power 3 numbers, and regardless of your club level, you're going to be using Sniper 10 numbers. Even if you got Sniper 9, use Sniper 10 numbers in your app, please, because we're playing max numbers, but we are not at max distance of club. So max +20, power 3, like I said, subject to wind angle tweaks. Try and keep that wind below 8 miles per hour if you can, but you want to catch that nice slope down to the pin. Bounces over the rough and the sand, and we're dropping this one nicely for the hole in 1. Hole 17, again, aggressive option here. We want to try and get near to green. Just before 2.5 top spin, 2 left spin, you might need to vary it depending on the wind strength. Yellow ring touching the rough with APOC 5 and 6 at P5 max. Then we adjust max +10 here, max +10. For me, that's going to be 9.2 rings. And then some pushing up required. So we're at +8. I then push up to +13. So 5-yard push-up with APOC 4, that will be a 12-yard push-up. Plenty of curl to the left. Look at the T and the alignment with the triangle. Slower needle with APOC 5 plus APOC 4. You need to stretch out to find your position, and then of course do the increased push-up as advised. Just missing the rough there, which is what we want to do, can be tweaked if you want according to wind strength and angle, but we've got a very simple wedge for the eagle. Finally, hole 18, very nice wind angle here. We're going to go with 5.5 top spin and 3 left spin. Add spin first and have that second bounce just before it gets clipped away by the rough. P3 max with APOC 4, topper +10 with APOC 5 and above. So a couple of references there, yardage and second bounce once you've added spin. Then we just max +10, power 3, no push-up. And we're just going to go with 1 ball of curl to the left just before the circle drops for our power reference, and hit perfect. And you want to get a nice roll out here, bouncing nicely in the middle of the fairway, getting a good roll, and the drive distance here is going to be in the region of 375 to 380 yards. Second shot, we're going to add backspin and a bit of side spin. So 4.5 back, 1 right spin, and then find our position here. We want to offset the ball guide due to the tailwind angle, and I'm going to give you a zoom in so that you can pause the video and have a look. It's about 2 to 2.5 green squares before the pin. Just check the alignment as well. Look at where the tip of the ball guide is in relation to the green squares. Then we're going to use plus yards, true club distance, 10% elevation, +2 is of course 10 yards away from max, 2.5% per yard. So we're playing this 75% slider, 10% elevation, +4 will be 80% slider, and so on. Making our adjustment here and hitting perfect. So 10% elevation, true club distance, perfect ball away. Let's see how this one comes in. Bounces nicely away from the sand. Second bounce just on the green, and it drops nicely for the albatross. Thank you for watching this video on the London Christmas Tournament here on the channel. If you've not done so already, I'd love to see you over on our Facebook group. Go over there, search for BK Golf Clash and join. Totally free to do so, well over 11,000 members there, sharing shots, loads of discussions, as well as some free guides occasionally as well. So plenty of content to get involved in over there. Looking forward to see you there, and all the best in the tournament this week. See you soon. Bye for now.